Hey everybody, I'm Daryl. In this video, I'll walk you through how to get started with email marketing for beginners using OmniSend and AI. We will use a free platform to start your email marketing journey, and it's really simple to use. So if you've been procrastinating email marketing, I get it, I have been there, but email marketing has the highest conversion rates compared to any other type of paid marketing on the internet. So now let's talk about the platform that we're gonna use. Let's talk about OmniSend. So OmniSend is an email platform and automation tool that you can use to send out free campaigns to customers. It also has really nice pre-built templates with high conversion rates. You simply insert the templates, add your company information like your logo and your name, and you're all set. OmniSend also offers SMS marketing notifications, which will send out text messages to your subscribers regarding upcoming sales or promotional advertisements. I will also introduce you all to AI email prompts that will generate you engaging emails for your subscribers. You can use OmniSend for any type of website builder. You can use it for WordPress, you can use it for Shopify, also Wix, or any type of popular website builder out there. In this specific video, we're gonna use WordPress. If you're not using WordPress, you should. WordPress is amazing. It is almost controlling about 50% of the internet due to its popularity. So in this specific video, we're gonna use WordPress. I'll walk you through how to install the plugin and connect and sync up your website with OmniSend. Now we're gonna break this email marketing tutorial up into 5 different sections. In the first section, I'll be showing you guys how to sign up with OmniSend and explore the accounts and just give you guys a general overview about how to use the OmniSend platform. In the second section, we'll create a form. I'll walk you guys through how to create a variety of forms to market to your customers in order to capture emails on your websites. We can then market to them later and even create automations for them. In section 3, we'll create an email. OmniSend has a visual drag and drop builder that you guys can use to fully customize all the emails that you guys send out. You can offer coupon codes, showcase your latest products, and even add a cool little spinner thingy to offer discounts for your customers. In section 4, automation. OmniSend has a very simple to use email canvas builder. You can create visual email marketing funnels to see exactly how to market to your customers. We are going to create various templates such as a welcome email, a follow-up email, and an abandoned cart email, and also an abandoned checkout email as well. In section 5, AI prompts. We will make the use of AI in this email marketing tutorial. I'll be showing you optimal email prompts that can create professional emails that will make your subscribers engage with your campaigns. I will also have a link to all of the best email prompts in the description of this video. And before we begin, make sure to like this video. And if you have any questions for me along the way, just let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer those comments. Now there is a link in the description of this video and this will take you to the OmniSend website. Okay, and here is omnisend.com. Now OmniSend is probably hands down the #1 best email marketing platform to send out emails. It's much better than MailChimp and a lot of these other platforms. And after using it for a little bit, you'll understand why. Now, really quick, if you guys were curious about their integrations, you'll see OmniSend works with a variety of platforms. It works with Shopify, WooCommerce, WordPress, BigCommerce, ShopLaza, and Nope Commerce. Okay, yeah, a bunch of platforms. Now, once you get to this website, right here, you'll see Start for Free. Let's go ahead and make a free account. So click on Start Free. Okay, so on the next screen, you'll see that we can sign up with an email. So you'll go ahead and enter in your business email right here. Then you'll enter in a password. You'll also let OmniSend know if this is an e-commerce website or just a basic website. We'll then click on the I agree. If you guys want, you can sign up to the newsletter. I think it is helpful because sometimes they will send you discounts for their pro. So hey, you guys could save a few bucks. Once you fill all this out, you'll then click on sign up. Okay. Then you'll go ahead and check the email and this will give you a login link to your new OmniSend dashboard. Okay. And once you sign up with OmniSend, you'll see complete your registration. You'll click on this and then you'll click on verify email address. Okay. Now you'll just go ahead and give them like general information. So I'll put in Daryl Wilson. Whoops. Let's go back over here. We'll put Daryl Wilson, my business name, darylwilson.com, and then also my business website. So here is my website, darylwilson.com. I'll click on continue. Okay, now step 2, you'll enter in a business address. Now this is required for anti-spam laws, so you'll just go ahead and put in your business address right here. You can also use a PO box if you do use a PO box for your business. So I'll go ahead and put in some information right here. This is in Jackson, and the country, United States. All right, so United States, okay. And for the zip, put 82009. All right, and then my time zone. And once you enter your business information, you'll then click on continue to OmniSend. So this is the OmniSend dashboard. So this is where all of the magic happens, all right? So let me walk you through some of these tabs right here. Now, what I really like about OmniSend is they've made things really simple, right? We have this connect your store, done, you know, and they have just a few tabs. A lot of the email platforms that I've used, they have like 60 tabs. I get lost. I start crying. I don't know where to go, right? So yeah, this is the actual dashboard right here with OmniSend. So the dashboard will just display your general information. The next is the campaigns. Now, when you send out email campaigns to your customers, it'll actually display a list of your campaigns. It'll show you conversion rates. It'll show you open rates and so on and so forth. So next we have the automation tab, and this is where you can send out pre-built workflows to your subscribers. So for example, if someone signs up to your newsletter, you can send out a series of newsletters to them automatically. Or if someone abandons their cart, you'll see that you can send out pre-scheduled emails depending on their behavior. The next tab is the forms tab. So we are going to create forms, and these are going to capture emails to build our email list. So I'll walk you through how to, create it using a drag and drop builder. We also have audience. Now, what's really cool about OmniSend is they actually have segments. So depending on the subscriber's behavior, you can categorize them in specific sections. So for example, if users decide not to open up your email list, you can put them on your cold list and send them really good offers to try to get them to engage with your website more. It's amazing. We'll talk more about segments a little bit later. And then here we have reports, where you can see a list of your reports for your campaigns, your workflows, your forms, and so on and so forth. So once we actually get some forms set up and send out some campaigns, you'll see a more detailed information about the reports right here. Now over here on the top right, let's go ahead and click on account management. So this is where you can access your billing information, your billing history as well. Here is the user section. If you want to add users to OmniSend, you can do it right here by clicking on invite user and then sending them the email. And then here we can select role. So if you want like an administrator to do all this for you, you can go ahead and create new users. I know many of you probably have social media marketing managers, right? This is where you can assign them roles and give them permissions for OmniSend. Over here, we'll go ahead and click on store settings. Next, we have the store settings. So this is where you can view your pricing plan. If you want to upgrade your plan right here, you'll click on view our plans and you can upgrade. You can also update your password right here. So if you guys do want to update it, if you forget it, you can go ahead and adjust it here. We also have contact information. If you want to update that at any time, you can go ahead and do that. But one important option here that I do want to talk about is the API keys. If you do decide to use an app and it finds that you have an OmniSend integration for it, here under the create API key, you can create an API key. So for example, if you are using like an application and it requests an API key like Zapier or something, you can just go ahead and type it in right here and then connect the app, and then this will propagate the API key. So OmniSend has about 160 application integrations. So if you are curious about whatever you're using, like if you use any of these websites, you can integrate these all with OmniSend. So it does have a huge amount of integrations available. Okay, now the next option is connecting your store. There's apps, there's the help center, and there's also an academy where if you do need help with OmniSend, they have tons of documentation where they can help you out with OmniSend and email marketing in general. Okay, so now let's go ahead and connect our website with OmniSend. Now you can connect your website right here under the dashboard section. You can also connect it right here by clicking on connect your store and picking on your e-commerce platform. Now I am using WordPress, so what I'm gonna do right here is quickly go ahead and change this website from this bland looking website to a really nice looking website. Now this is called the Solace theme. This is a brand new theme for WordPress, and we are actually creating tons of templates for it. We're adding a theme builder. This is gonna be the #1 theme for WordPress. It's amazing. But what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just going to pick one of these categories right here. So I'm going to click on technology. And for this specific video, I'm just going to imagine that I am an app startup or a tech startup, right? So I'm going to import this specific kit right here. I'm going to go ahead and install the plugins, click on continue, and then I'm going to import this website. All right, in a few seconds, you'll see our website is now finished. Here, I'll click on check the website, and voila, I now have a beautiful website, and this is going to be the demo website for this tutorial. This is a great looking template, right? It looks great. You know, if you guys do want to check it out, it's completely free. You guys can check out the Solace theme. So here is my website. Now, what I want to first do here is install a plugin that's going to sync this website up with OmniSend. So let's go back over here to dashboard. Now, the first thing you're going to do is over here under plugins, let's click on add new. And we're going to type in OmniSend. So OmniSend just like that. Okay, so here you're going to see that we have newsletter marketing by OmniSend. We also have email marketing for WooCommerce by OmniSend. But to get started with, let's first go ahead and install this for the newsletter email marketing by OmniSend. So right here, I'll click on install now. And then we'll click on activate. All right, cool. Here at the top, you'll see OmniSend email marketing. We'll go ahead and click on that. Okay, and then right here, I'll click on connect OmniSend. Okay, so they have some instructions for us. So the first is to create our OmniSend account, which we have done. We're then going to go to the API keys and we're going to create an API key. Once that's done, we're just going to paste it right here. So let's go back to our OmniSend accounts. Up here, I'll click on the settings and then I'll click on connect your store. Okay, now I am using WordPress. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and select WordPress. Here we go. I'll click on WordPress. And here is the API key. So we've already installed the plugin. Now we're just going to copy and paste the API key and we're done. So click on copy API key, go back over here, paste this in, connect OmniSend. Okay. And now we need to verify with OmniSend. So let's go back here and then I'll click on check API connection. And we're done. All right, cool. So that was it, right? Pretty simple, right? So now our store is connected. Okay, so now that we know about the general settings, let's go ahead and move on to the next section. So in this part of the video, I'll be showing you guys how to create forms. Now, creating forms allows you guys to capture emails, so you guys can obviously market to those people later. So in this part of the video, I'll walk you guys through how to create forms for your website. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, so now that we integrated the OmniSend app, now let's go ahead and create our first form. So right here, let's click on forms. Now, forms are essentially going to capture emails for us so that we can start building an email list. You guys are going to see that I've already created a few. You're going to see that you'll see how many views they get, the submits, the submit rate, and also you guys can run A/B split tests. You guys are going to see right here how we have one form that's performing very well, but the other one is like, so-so, right? So I'll also walk you guys through how to create A/B split tests for your forms. Okay, so over here on the top right, you'll see create form. I'll click on create form. Now here we have a bunch of various forms, right? And you guys can actually categorize these. So depending on your goal right here, you can actually click on some of these forms right here. They have quite a bit, right? They have, pop-ups, embeds, flyouts, all these different forms. They also have multi-step forms, which is essentially two-step forms if you guys want to go that route. I personally think it's just better just to add one, right? Because I think two forms might be a little bit distracting. But for right now, let's just select this one right here and click on use template. Okay, so this is the editor, and this is very similar to Elementor, right? So on the left side, you're gonna see these elements, and you guys can drag and drop these elements onto the page. Now, when you guys drag in elements, on the right side, you're gonna see some styling options. So you guys can style the button, and then also you can adjust the padding and the opacity, and all the general styling options that you guys need. If you guys wanna add padding, you can add in more space above it. If you guys want to, sort of just design it and style it to your liking, right? We're going to change that back to 20 pixels. Okay, and if you click on an element, you guys can also duplicate it, and you guys can also delete it, right? So if you don't like this, you'll click on it and then click on delete. And below that, you guys are going to see that you have layouts. So you guys can create specific layouts right here. So for example, I'll drop this right here, and then over here you guys can drop in an image, right? And then drop a button, and then same thing right here. You guys can add in something like a text, right? And then maybe like a checkbox or something like that, right? And then here is the styling options where you guys can adjust the choices, and you guys can also add choices as well. So it's a very simple editor, very simple to use. And if you guys learn how to use this, this is the same thing as creating emails. So it's like an all-in-one kind of thing. It's really, really simple. So to delete the actual layout right here, I'll click on the entire box and then click on delete. So that's a general overview about how to use this, right? So let's go ahead now and create a form. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add in an image, right? So over here under image, I'll go ahead and take this and I'll drag it right here. Now, if you guys need images, there's various websites and I put these in the description as well. You guys can use freepik.com. This is a website where you guys can get some images, for your websites. You guys can just go ahead and type something in right here and they have tons of free stock images. You guys can also use unsplash.com. This is a very popular website and these images are all free. You guys will just type something in, obviously, and then you guys can just grab one of these and use these for your headline. Also, you guys can use pixabay.com. Pixabay.com is actually a really cool website where you guys can get a lot of cool free images for your campaigns. So let's go back over here. Now I'll go ahead and click on select file on the right side. So here are some images. Now I also put these images in a link in the description of this video. So if you guys do want to follow along, you guys can use these images just to, get your feet wet and get warmed up. So I'll go ahead and use this 3-day flash sale. I feel like this is actually a little bit more engaging than that old dude. It's just, this is like 3-day sale, buy. It looks really nice, right? So we'll go ahead and scroll down. And the next thing I want to do is change this right here. So I'm going to put subscribe for our sale. And here I'll go ahead and align this in the center, right? And then I'll copy this. I'll make this bold, right? And then for the font, I want to change this to Poppins. Poppins is my go-to font. Can I type it in here? Let's see. Oh, no, I have to search for it. All right, so we got to search for Poppins. There we go, Poppins. Poppins is a great font. I love it, but it only looks good bolded. I don't know why that is, guys, but that's just how it works. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to add a space right here. So I want to add emphasis on this title, right? So there's my little divider. And then here we have this text. So what we can do here is delete this. And in case you guys don't know how to add in text, you'll just take this text module right here and then drag it there. And then you guys can just type away. So now I'll just go ahead and throw in some demo text. Okay, so we got our text right here. Now, really quickly, you guys are gonna see over here that we have this countdown timer. So I do wanna add a countdown timer to my form right here. So over here, they have this really cool widget. I'll go ahead and find it really quick, countdown timer. And I'm gonna drag this, I'm gonna put it right below here, right? So now we're basically telling them that they have a specific time frame in order to take this deal. And on the date right here, we can select like a, when the sale's over and stuff like that. So there we go. I think that looks pretty cool, right? Okay, so there we go. We got the text. And of course, you guys can drag and drop widgets as you guys go. So if you want to add a button, you can do that, so on and so forth, right? Very simple, very easy to use. And for the enter email, I'll put something like enter for a deal. And then for get 10% off, I'll change this to something like grab a deal, right? Get your exclusive deal. So here we have some few options for the button action. Here we have submit form. You guys can also link this to a specific URL. So if you want to take them to a different part of the website, you guys can do that. Also, they have go to next step. This is OmniSend's 2-step form, right? So here we have 1 step, and then if I click on 2-step, this is the 2nd step. Now, I'm not a big fan of this. I know some people may. You guys can use this if you want. So essentially, basically saying if they actually go ahead and click on this, it'll bring them to step 2. But if you guys don't want step 2, right here, I'll click on the 3 dots and I'll just delete this. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead now and click on the button. And for the button action, you guys can also do close form. So if you just want to remind them about the deal, but not necessarily have them subscribe, you guys can go that route. But right here, I want to click on submit form. If you guys do want to add a feature called the Wheel of Fortune, you guys can actually use this as well, right? So I'll go ahead and drag and drop this and I'll explain how this works. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, and here you guys can set up wheel slices. Now, my personal advice is I would go ahead and create coupon codes with WooCommerce, and then here you guys can add in the coupon code, right? So this would be like Woo20, right? Woo5 or Woo10, Woo5, and so on and so forth, right? And here's the probability, right? So for the probability of let's do a 20% off, the probability of that is just 10%, right? If the user gets 10% off, the probability of that is going to be 20%. And then so on and so forth, right? So you guys can go ahead and create coupons, and once the user actually spins the wheel, it will adjust the probability and give them this coupon code if they sign up for your newsletter, which is pretty cool, right? So you guys can go ahead and use the Wheel of Fortune if you guys want to go that route. I think they're pretty cool, right? So I think this is one feature OmniSend offers that is actually pretty cool. So the next thing I want to show you guys is the layout option. So right here we have layout, and this is essentially where you guys can style things. You guys can change the background color, the opacity, and then also the content alignment if you guys do want to go that route. Now right here, go ahead and click on the gray and you're gonna get more options for the behavior and also the theme settings. So the theme settings essentially give you more options to style your form. So right here, you'll see this X button. You guys can click on the close and then you guys can actually design the color of the close. For the field section, you guys can also adjust the fields right here. So if you guys do want to change the font right there or whatever, you guys can design and customize the actual forms. Here we have buttons. So you guys can actually create styling options very similar to Elementor's global styles. So for the primary button, you guys can set a default style for your primary button. So for example, you guys can change the font. You guys can also change the shape, right? So if you guys like that circular shape, actually there are studies saying that people actually tend to click on circular buttons more than squares. So that's something that you guys might want to consider. And then you can change the background color, the border style, and fully adjust this to your liking. You guys can also do this for secondary buttons and tertiary buttons as well. So if you guys do want to go ahead and create global styles for your buttons, you guys have that option. And then here for colors, you guys can choose background colors and link colors. And here we have form layouts. Now this is where things get a little interesting. So we can create this as a pop-up, right? We can also create this as a flyout, meaning it's going to fly out when people visit the page. And then next we have landing, and this will essentially cover the entire page. And then also we can embed this form onto our WordPress website as well, right? So let's just go ahead and first just select the pop-up option, right? We'll go ahead and go back to these in just a little bit. But now let's click on behavior. So with behavior, you guys can choose specific behaviors on how you want this form to display. The first is the audience management. So the first is the tags, and this is essentially letting users know how they actually subscribe to the form. So right here, we are saying these are gonna be our form subscribers, and this was from our welcome discount. You guys can add more here if you guys choose, but for a welcome form, I think this is actually pretty optimal. The next option is double opt-in. This will actually make it so users must confirm this in their email. This usually helps clean out the trash, right? So you will get like real emails if this option is selected. But if you guys have this unchecked, sometimes people might just enter random emails, right? So it really is up to you. Let's go ahead and go back here. The next is the scheduling. So you guys can choose to schedule this form, right? So if you have a sale, you guys can choose to have a start date, an end date, and then you guys can also select the dates of when you want this form to display. But I always want this form to show, so I'll just go ahead and leave that selected. The next is the display. So under what conditions do you want this pop-up to be displayed? We have page visits, time on view, scroll depth, and then also exit intent. So if the user visits at least one page, then I want to display this form. If the user spends 5 seconds on this, on the page, then I want this form to display. If the user scrolls 50% past my website, so like basically if they scroll down like, 50%, like all the way down here, then the form will be displayed. And then lastly, we have exit intent. And that's essentially when users try to close the tab or they try to leave the website, right? So you guys can go ahead and select any of those options. But I'll go ahead and just leave time on page. I think 5 seconds is pretty good, right? Because I don't want it to pop up right away. I want it to pop up a little bit later, right? Here we have targeting. So you guys can choose to target to people who are already listed on your contacts or do not show to existing contacts or all visitors. Then also you guys can choose to have this only display on specific pages. So if you guys, go to your website and you want it to display only on your shop page, then you can go ahead and take the link for your shop and then go ahead and just say, you know what, I only want this to display on my shop page, right? Make sense? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and scroll back here. Here we have visibility. You guys can choose to display this on specific devices. Frequency, this is actually pretty important. So you guys can limit this form. So it does get really annoying if someone visits your website and it constantly spams the pop-up, which can be really annoying, right? For anybody, right? So you guys can limit this form to 1 per day, 1 per hour, or you guys can say, you know what, I want this to be 3 times every hour, something like that, right? So it does limit it so people don't get annoyed with the form. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at the last option, which is A/B split test. So if you guys click on this right here, what's gonna happen is it's gonna create 2 different forms now. So the first form, you'll see that this is the form that we're currently working with, right? But I'll go ahead and click on save and close. And now let's go back over here to my form. And if I click over here to the A/B split test, over here, we can now customize the second pop-up, right? So I'll go ahead and just, do the same thing, except I'll just change the image right here. So I'll just replace this with another image. And then I'll click on save and close. So essentially now we have two forms running. We have this form, and then we also have the second form, right? So that's how you guys can create pop-ups and also add A/B split testing for your forms. So that is pretty much it, guys. So at this point, this is pretty much how you guys make forms. All you guys want to make sure that you guys double check is make sure this submits the form, right? And let's go ahead now and enable this form. So I'll click on enable. And now you guys are going to see that this form is now enabled, right? Pretty cool. And you guys can test this just simply by going to your websites. So over here, I'll go ahead and just refresh the page. We'll just wait a few seconds. And voila, we now have this beautiful form where we can now enter our email and get that exclusive deal. All right, awesome. Congratulations. Now, really quickly, let me show you guys how to embed this form just in case you guys want to learn how to do that. So let's go ahead and click on my form right here. Okay, now in order to actually have this form embedded, you guys actually need to cancel the A/B split test. So if you guys did run the A/B split test, you need to cancel it because they can't actually switch between forms for embedded. So I went ahead and I canceled it. And over here under theme settings, I'll go ahead and click on form layouts. So now I can go ahead and pick one, right? So what I'm gonna do over here is click on the embed and then click on update live form, okay? Now really quick, let's go ahead and click on this form again. And here is the code, right? So over here under the Elementor page builder, I'm gonna go ahead and use a HTML widgets. So HTML, I'm gonna go ahead and drag this right here. And then I'll just go ahead and paste that code in there, okay? And then next I'll go ahead and click on update, okay? And then I'll preview the page. Okay, and we'll scroll down and voila, here is our form. Now, obviously it's a little large, right? So you guys can really make this minimal, and then you guys can add this maybe on your header or your footer on other various parts of the websites. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here. So that is pretty much it, guys, for creating forms. It's really simple, right? Everything's pretty self-explanatory. I think it's pretty simple to work with. And then right here, you'll see people are already viewing this form, right? And I did actually opt in, so it does have a 20% submit rate, which is pretty cool. So that is pretty much how you guys create forms with the builder and OmniSend. You guys have any questions about this? Let me know in the comments below. What's up, party people? Welcome to the next section. So in this part of the video, I'll walk you guys through how to send out emails. Now, the email builder and the form builder is slightly different. There's some small modifications, but this will allow you guys to send out emails to your current subscribers. So in this part of the video, I'll walk you guys through how to send out emails with OmniSend. You guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so in the next section, we are going to create emails, right? But before we do that, we need to actually create a segment first. And I'll explain what that is as we go, right? So right here, I'll click on segments, okay? And I'll click on create new segment. So essentially, segments are categories on how people react to your emails that you send out. You'll see there's active email subscribers, window shoppers, deal hunters, general people on your website, right? And depending on how they react, we can market to them a specific way. So for example, people who are usually very cold and, disengaged contacts right here, we can send them really good offers for our websites. However, if someone's really engaged with our website, there's really no reason for us to send them big promos because they're already buying stuff on the website, right? But let's just go ahead and create one for active email subscribers. So over here, I'll click on engage contacts, and right here under active email subscribers, I want to create a segment. Okay, now I know this looks a little weird, but don't worry. So the subscription status is subscribe to the email, right? Pretty simple. People who have opened the message at least how many times in the last 30 days? Well, probably just once, right? So you guys can basically control this right here to cater to specific audiences. Make sense? Okay. All right, so here is our current segment, right? We have John Wilson, right? So this person right here is there, right? So I'll go ahead and just click on back. So here we have active email subscribers. Now we can actually create another segment. So over here, create segments. And these are gonna be for people who are not really engaged with emails that we send out. So here under the inactive context, I'll also click on create segment. Now here, OmniSend actually created pre-filled templates for us. So people who opened up our email 20 times in the last 6 months, or people who opened up our email 5 times in the last 6 months, or they clicked on the message 1 time, or they viewed the page 1 time. So I would say people, open the message 5 times in the last 6 months are probably not engaged, right? So I'm gonna delete these other ones. So I don't really want to use these other ones, right? So I just want this one right here. So this is basically marketing to people who are not really engaged with our email list as much, right? So 5 times in the last 6 months, that's not a lot, right? So I'll go ahead and click on update segment. Okay, so just to be clear, we have a list of people who are active email subscribers and then people who are inactive contents. Now we're gonna need this for the campaigns, which is the very next section. Okay, so in this part of the video, I'll be showing you guys how to send out email campaigns to your subscribers. So right here, if I click on campaigns, you guys are gonna see that we have created some email campaigns. So we have some sent out, we have an open rate, click rate, and then also here we have the sales. Now, really quickly, I just want to touch base here that these are emails that we're going to send for just, whatever that we want to send them for a sale or for something. These are not automation emails. So in the next section, we will be doing automation emails. So we are going to have emails automated, such as a welcome email, an abandoned cart, abandoned checkout cart, and then also a welcome email 1 week later. But these are for emails typically that you just want to send out, maybe you have a sale or, just for an announcement about your website. These are what we're going to set up in this part of the video. So on the top right, you'll see create campaign. Let's click on create campaign. So here you have a few options, right? We have email A/B test, SMS, and then push notification. Now we're just gonna focus on email, and also we can do A/B split testing as well to see which one works better. But for now, let's just click on create email. So what's really cool is you guys can actually get ideas from OmniSend. So for example, I wanna sell my products on my e-commerce store. So for example, I typed in flash sale for products, and here you can actually get some AI generated titles right here. So hurry, flash sale on top products today. I'll just go ahead and use this one here. The sender's name. So you'll see right here, this is from Daryl Wilson, or you guys can put your store, right? You guys can choose to actually use OmniSend. Their basic, you guys can use their address, or you guys can use like, your address right here. So if you guys wanted to, reply to someone, you guys can use that one right there. If not, you guys can just uncheck that. So the pre-header is going to be this text right here. So you're going to see, this is going to be the best deal ever. And this is going to be the flash sale. Flash sale. Here we can also adjust the language. You guys can also connect this to market to other pages, but I think email is just fine. So at the bottom right, I'll click on choose email templates. All right, so here you're gonna see that we can choose the templates, and you guys can filter by goal. So they have welcome and engage, they have promote products, announce a sale, offer discounts, and then they have other. You guys can also, go ahead and filter here by specific holidays, right? So they have holidays, they have different categories for different occasions, right? And then here is a list of various templates. Now, if you guys want to just view the email but not actually insert it, you guys can click on preview right here. And then this will give you a little preview about the email, and this is what it'll generally look like, right? So pretty cool, like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna click on the promote products. We're gonna scroll down and we're gonna use this one right here. So we're gonna use this product highlight. So for this one right here, go ahead and click on use template. Okay, so when you guys first load the email, you guys are gonna notice that they already uploaded our logo, and that's just because OmniSend actually gets the actual logo from our website. So you'll see right here, this actually links directly to our website. If you guys do wanna change this logo, you guys can just click on replace right here, and then you guys can replace this logo with something else. Now, when sending emails, they actually use an email library. So they don't really use like the other style for the forms. So you'll see right here, it's bringing us to this image library where we can have access to a bunch of various, images and stuff like that. So if you guys do want to use a different logo, you guys can upload it here and then upload it here to your image library. Now on the left side, you guys are going to see that we have some more options, right? So the first one is quick add, and these are essentially elements that you guys can drag and drop onto the, the email, just like we did before, right? There are some more ones that we'll talk about, like the products. That's a pretty cool one because they can sync up with your e-commerce store. We also have a pre-header where you guys can, add in some pre-header templates. We also have header, so they have header templates, and then hero images. So these are essentially just like sections. So if you guys do want to like add in something here, you guys can just go ahead and add those in, right? Pretty cool. Also here we have the email body, right? So they just have a bunch of different pre-made sections. If you guys do want to get inspiration and ideas, you guys can just go ahead and use these right here in your emails, which is pretty cool. They also have product listing. Now what's really cool about product listing is that these are actually going to sync up with your products. So what you guys can do is you guys can, create products on WooCommerce, and then over here, you guys can drag in the product listing. And on the right side, you're gonna see pick products from store. So this app will actually sync up with your e-commerce store, and then you guys can insert products directly from your store onto your email campaigns. Okay, so here we go. We have some products. I'll go ahead and just throw in these 4 right here, or these ones here, right? And then I'll add these 4 products. So the product listing is actually really cool. You guys can sync up elements. So the product listing feature is actually really cool. You guys can sync up products directly from your e-commerce store. Then here we also have gallery images. If you guys do want to use their collage of images, you'll see that they have like this, like a really nice collage, right? So you guys can use their their image gallery. So you guys can use their image gallery if you guys want to go that route. And then also they have some footer templates here at the bottom. Okay, makes sense. All right, what I'm going to do here is start over from scratch. Just want to give you guys a crash course. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and just change this title right here. So this is going to be my flash sale now, and I'll go ahead and make this pop-ins, right? We'll just make this, make it nicer there, and we'll go ahead and also make it bold, right? Okay, and then I'll go ahead and upload an image. It's always recommended to upload an image, and this is usually what captures everyone's attention, right? So right here, I'll go ahead and select my flash image deal. So here is the image. You guys can also link this somewhere, right? So you guys can link it on the websites. I'll go ahead and get rid of this. I think it's distracting, right? So I'll go ahead and close that. And then right here, I'll go ahead and put some, put some cool text. Also, if you guys need help right here on the top right, they have this AI assistant, and you guys can, just get some ideas, right? Okay. And then right here, I'll just put in something like, we are having a crazy flash sale. I'll go ahead and insert or center that. And then we'll change this to pop-ins right here, make it look a little bit more professional. And then we'll bold this. We'll always bold it, right? All right. Wait. We gotta change it to pop-ins, guys. Pop-ins. Here we go. Pop-ins. Okay. And then here we'll just center that. And then right here under the shop now, you guys have a few options, right? You guys can link them to the actual account website, or you guys can link them directly to your shop page. If you guys do want to link them directly to the shop page or a specific part of the website, all you got to do obviously is just go to the page, copy the link, and then just go ahead and paste it in there just like that, right? So now basically I'm inviting them to go to the actual store, and we have a direct link to the shop page. And what we can do here is we can actually go ahead and use our product listings. So right here under product listings, we can actually pick products from the store. And let's just grab maybe like this right here and this right here, right? We'll add these 2 products, right? Really cool. Shop the collection. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that to accounts websites, right? And then this section right here, I don't really want to use this section. So I'll just go ahead and delete this layout, and also delete this and delete that. And then this can be something like going to the contact us page, right? So maybe they have questions or something, or they're not sure, or they're like, oh yeah, hey, I got a quick question. Here, I'll go to the contact page and I'll link them directly to the contact page. So I'll go ahead and copy this link, and then I will paste it over here in the link to section, okay? And then obviously we can change this right here. So I can use one of my pre-made templates, right? So you do want to, add images here that represent your email, right? Duh. So here I'll go ahead and upload a file. Okay, and I'll go ahead and select this. This is obviously one of our templates, and just an example right here. So we have this flash sale, right? So we have the products right here. We have this follow-up email with maybe something they're interested in. So did you want to use our template? And then obviously we can take them to that specific page, right? So this is generally how you guys can create email campaigns, right? Really simple, right? Not much to explain here. We're pretty familiar with this already. So what we can do first is we can send a test email. So before we send this out, we can send this as a test email. So what I'll do right here is just send this to my Proton email. Okay, so here is the current email right here. So I'll go ahead and click on this. And this is an example of what it looks like, right? Really clean, really nice email. Look at that, shop now. And if we click on this, it takes people directly to the shop page, right? Scrolling down here, we have our products. We have our email, and then everything is automatically filled out based off what you guys have put in the settings, right? So we have the name, we have the address, and then we have the respond email and stuff like that. And if I click on one of these products right here, you guys are also gonna see it takes us directly to that exact product in a really clean, format. So I love the way it works. It just syncs up directly with your sites, and everything is good to go. Okay, so now we can go ahead and send this email out. So right here, I'll click on Save and Choose Recipients. So first we have the option to send this to all of our subscribers. Now we can also choose segments. You remember earlier how we created segments? This is why we did that, right? So now we can actually send these to various people depending on their behavior. So I want to send this to my active email subscribers, right? If you guys do actually want to send this to like, the inactive ones, you guys can do that as well. But you guys can create a more aggressive email for those people who aren't really taking action with their websites, right? So that's where segment comes in. It's a good way to categorize emails based off users' behavior. So right here, I'll click on Review Campaign. So here we have this option for Campaign Booster, and this is really cool. So what this will do is people who actually missed your email or never got it, OmniSend will actually create a follow-up email with a different title right here to really encourage people to take action here and click on the actual email. So next we have the sending rules. So people who have not opened the email in 2 days, they will get this specific email. So it's going to resend it as a different title, right? But you guys can adjust this. So people who, never opened it in 3 days, we can send them email again because they never opened it, right? Pretty cool. And below that, you guys can adjust the actual settings of the email. So this would adjust the title and also the subheadline. And then here we have the recipients, and then we can go ahead and send this now or schedule it for later. So go ahead and click on Send Now. All right, cool. So it's going to actually send out the campaign shortly. And then right here, you guys can just get some analytics about it. So, okay, so here is our current email, and you guys are gonna see this is the current email that we just created. This is the flash sale. So I did open it. So it does have an open rate, and I'm the only subscriber, right? So yeah, it has 100% open rate, and you guys probably won't get that, right? I mean, 100%, no one's gonna get that. But yeah, you guys can also view the contact activity. You can see who is actually opening this and so on and so forth. So that is how you guys can send out emails with OmniSend. As you guys can tell, it's really cool, really convenient, right? So if you guys have any questions about emails or how to send them out, let me know in the comments below. What is up, party people? Welcome to the automation section of this video. So in this part of the video, I'll show you guys how to fully automate emails sent from OmniSend. When people come to your website and register, I'll show you guys how to send out automated emails to them. And depending on their behavior, we can send them additional emails or better offers just in case they need a little bit of incentive. I'll also show you guys how to send out abandoned cart emails and also abandoned checkout emails as well in this section of the video. So after watching this part of the video, you guys will have a fully email automated website with OmniSend. You guys ready? Let's go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about automations. So automations are essentially emails automatically sent based off the user's behavior. You'll see right here have already set up campaigns. So we have a welcome email. We then have a second follow-up email just to let them know, hey guys, here's a coupon code. Then we have our automatic abandoned cart emails, and then we have abandoned checkout as well with value splits. And I'll be discussing all that and what that means in this section of the video. Okay, so I went ahead and I deleted my automations, and we're gonna start from scratch here. Now, the very first thing I want you guys to do is click on Explore All Workflows. This right here is gonna create templates for us, but I wanna show you guys how they're made, right? So right here, I'll click on Explore All Workflows. Now here you're gonna see various types, right? We have welcome emails. These are emails typically sent out to new subscribers. We have cart abandonment, right? We have browse abandonments. We have special occasions, post purchase, and so on and so forth. What's also really cool about OmniSend is they actually let us know which has high conversion rates, right? So depending on what we're trying to do, they'll let us know what is the best kind of email to send out for that, right? So the first thing I want to do is send out a variety of welcome emails. So here I clicked on welcome, and the first one right here is going to be welcome with 3 emails. Let's go ahead and use this one right here, and let's click on customize workflow. Okay, so here is the workflow, right? Now in the middle, we actually have the OmniSend workflow. On the left side, we have elements, and we can drag and drop these onto our specific workflow. And on the right side, we have triggers for these specific elements, right? Now really quickly, let's just start from the scratch here. So here we have the basic sign up. So when a user signs up to our newsletter, OmniSend is gonna wait 1 minute, right? And you guys can adjust this to maybe like, an hour. You can make it, wait 1 hour or something like that. And after 1 hour, OmniSend will be sending a welcome email to your new subscribers. You're gonna see here how it has welcome to, a pre-header, sender's name, and so on and so forth. Now you guys can fully customize this to your liking, right? So you can put, offer them a 15% discounts, whatever you guys wanna do, right? And here you're gonna see edit content. Now this is gonna edit the specific email for this specific workflow. So I'll click on edit content, then I'll click on yes and save. So here's the email that's going to be sent out. You'll see we have a welcome message, we have some text, a discount, and here you guys can enter in your coupon code. So I'll put like a woo, woo 15, right? So woo 15. And I believe we're offering 15%, right? So I'll change this to 15%. Now here you're gonna see the elements again. So you guys can drag and drop these elements onto the form. And this is the same thing, guys, right? So all you're gonna do here is just customize this specific email, and this will be sent out automatically to users when they sign up to your form. So at the top right, I'll click on Finish Editing. Okay, so waited 1 hour, right? We sent out this specific form. Now, here I'll click on this one right here, and we're actually gonna change this to 7 days, right? So I do wanna send them a follow-up, maybe 7 days later, send them an email once a week. I think that's doable, right? Every single day, that might be too much, might be spammy. So I think once a week is good, right? So after 7 days, OmniSend will send an additional email. So here, we can also customize this specific email. And it's the same thing, guys. So you guys can edit this email just like we did previously. You guys can adjust this with the subject headline. You can adjust the pre-header and then also edit the email right here. The next is the next step. So here we have a delay, and I'm gonna change this to 7 days, right? And then here we have our last email, right? So we have, don't miss your 10% off. So now let's go ahead and use some of these elements right here. So we're gonna wait 7 days, right? But if nothing is done, we need to change something up, right? So we're gonna drag in this split right here, okay? So now we're gonna set some rules, right? So here on the right side, we have rules. Now here we have trigger events, contact properties, and message behavior. I think message behavior is actually a little bit more defined, right? So I'll click on message behavior, and here we have select property. So if the user opens the previous email, we're gonna send them here, right? So for example, if they opened up the second one right here, we can offer them one more discount, right? So I'll go ahead and click on save. Okay, so basically what I'm saying here is if the user actually opened up this email right here, then we're gonna give them this last email. If the user did not open up that last email, then we're gonna offer a different email. We're gonna send them to a different route, right? So now we're gonna use this specific email right here. So I'll go ahead and quickly fill this out. Okay, so if the person previously opened up this email, we're gonna send them one more email, and this is gonna be 15% off. Now, if the person did not open up this second email, what's gonna happen is they're gonna be redirected to this email instead. And we're gonna offer them a bigger discount to really try to push them to take action on our websites. So all you'll do right here is fill out this information and then click on edit contents. Here I'll click on save. Now I'll go ahead and speed this up by creating an email. Okay, so I went ahead and I just created a quick email right here. I gave them a banner. We have some text and then a shop now, right? So I'll go ahead and click on finish editing. Okay, so let's reiterate here. So someone signs up to our form, right? They're gonna be subscribed to our list and we're gonna send them a discount, right? Now we're gonna wait 7 days, and after 7 days, we're gonna send them a follow-up email regarding another sale. If the user decides to open this, we are then gonna send them here and offer them a larger discount. If the user ignored our email, then we're gonna offer them one more email one last time in an attempt to get conversions for our websites. So this is gonna be our main automated email that we're gonna send out. So at the top right, let's click on Start Workflow. And that's it. So now you guys have a fully automated email that's gonna be sent out every single week for your subscribers. Now really quick, let's go over here and click on Edit, and let's just change the name really quick. I don't like that name, welcome number 9, So here we're gonna change this. This is gonna be the welcome email workflow, and then I'll click on update. And that's it, congrats. So now we have sent out email automations for new subscribers. Now let's create one for abandoned carts. So over here, let's click on create workflow. Now here on the left side, I'll click on cart abandonment. And here we have a variety of different emails, right? So I do wanna send out this one right here. So let's click on this one here and click on customize workflow. Okay, so this is our abandoned cart email workflow. So the same thing, right? We have elements on the left side, we have our workflow, and then here we have triggers. So what's gonna trigger this specific email? Well, here we have added products to the cart, right? So if a user adds product to the cart, I want this email to be sent out. Now there are some trigger filters right here. So here they've already added it for us. So here we have trigger and activity time. So if 1 hour passed and they did nothing at all, then I want this workflow to start in place. And we can add more triggers on top of this, right? So for example, like we can change the price. is, and then maybe $50, we can also add in this trigger as well, right? So basically saying if the price is $50 and 1 hour has passed, this workflow will start, right? But we don't really know how much they're gonna, pay on our website. So I just wanna keep the trigger and activity time. I think that's probably the best one, right? Now the next one is audience filters. So this is if you guys wanna filter a specific audience, and you guys can also filter this by segments as well, right? But I'll go ahead and just cancel that. Now here we have exit conditions, and this is pretty important. So what will prevent this workflow from being sent out? Well, if they place the order, then there's no reason to send this out, right? So always make sure that you guys do send place order, because this will prevent the workflow from being sent out because they've already purchased on your websites. And then also we have started checkout. So we're gonna create another workflow for abandoned checkout. So I do recommend to have both of these right here, okay? So let's go ahead and scroll down here. And now that we've set the triggers, now we can go ahead and adjust the email. So this is the email that will be sent out if they meet those specific triggers. The next is waiting 11 hours. So you guys can actually speed this up a little bit by saying, wait 6 hours, and then we're gonna send them another email right here, letting them know that we missed them, So after 6 hours, we're gonna send them one more right here. And then next we have the 12 hours. So we're gonna wait 12 hours and we're gonna send them one last email right here. Now you guys can always do like we did earlier. You guys can split this, or you guys can even do A/B split testing. So right here, let's go ahead and drag and drop the A/B split testing right here. And what I wanna do is take this and I wanna put it above it right here, right? So here we have A/B split testing, right? Now, if the user did nothing on the second email, we're gonna A/B split test now. We're gonna see which one works. So let's first go ahead and set a trigger, right? So if they pick path A right here, you're gonna see that it's going to send them right here. Now, if they pick path B, I also want to send an email to them as well. So over here, I'll go ahead and also drag an email. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're basically creating the same email, but we're just A/B split testing these against each other. So we have this one here, and then we have this one here. So I wanna see which email performs better against each other. So I'll go ahead and fill out this email right here. Okay, so here we go. We have, dude, we are gonna offer you 20% off. So on the very last email, we're gonna A/B split test these two against each other, right? Because I wanna see which one converts better. And then obviously right here, you'll click on edit content, and then you'll actually build the email itself. So for this specific email, what I wanna do here is I wanna change the template. So maybe people are just not attracted to the template that we're using, right? Maybe we need to offer them something else, we gotta mix it up here. So I'm gonna use this template right here and click on continue. And for this last one right here, we're just gonna offer them like 20%, right? And then welcome 20, right? There we go, welcome 20. And I think this one will work pretty well, right? We'll go ahead and get rid of these other ones. We don't need all these products, right? There we go. So basically what I'm saying here is I wanna mix and match the templates to see which one is working better. So at the top right, I'll click on finish editing. Okay, so let's take a look here, guys. So basically saying if someone adds something to the carts, they're gonna get this email first, right? We're gonna wait 6 hours, and then we're gonna send them a follow-up one, okay? And then we're gonna wait 12 hours, and now we're gonna A/B split test the very last email. So we're gonna send them this one right here, and then we're also gonna send them this one right here. And we can determine which one converts best based off the analytics. So let's go ahead now and click on Start Workflow. And really quick, let's go ahead and change that name again. I should probably have changed that before, right? So this is gonna be the Abandoned Cart Workflow. So there we go, Abandoned Cart Workflow. Not word flow, workflow. There we go, workflow. Click on updates and publish the changes. And just like that, party people, we now have abandoned cart automated emails. How about that? Now, really quick, if you guys do actually want to check out the A/B split test results, all you gotta do is go to the flow, scroll down, and then compare the open and click versus each other. So this will give you enough information to decide which one is a more effective email for your customers. Okay, so let's step back here. We have emails sent out for customers. We have emails sent out for abandoned carts. Now let's do abandoned checkouts, which are also a very common abandonment page. So at the top right, let's click on Create Workflow. Okay, so on the left side, you're gonna see cart abandonment. Let's go ahead and click on that. And now we're gonna do something called value order splits. So over here, you're gonna see this abandoned checkout value split. Let's go ahead and customize this workflow. Okay, so let's do this. So the first thing is, let's go ahead and change this name before we go forward, right? So let's just call this the checkout value splits. So here we have the trigger filters. Now the first trigger is starting the checkout, right? And they will exit this if the user actually takes action and buys something. So they will no longer receive this if they buy something, right? So the first is the split option. And for this right here, you're gonna see that if the total is more than $50, we're gonna send them to a specific route. So if the user abandons the cart, So if the user abandons the cart with more than $50, we're gonna send them here, right? If the cart has less than $50, we are then gonna send them here instead. So here they are offering them a 15% discount. And if they have less than 50, we're not gonna offer them a discount. We're just gonna send them a follow-up email, right? Here we have waiting hours, right? So you guys can change this obviously. So we can put like 3 hours, right? And this one will be like 4 hours, right? And if they did no action, right, then we're gonna offer them another discount. And over here, we'll just tell them that the cart misses them. Here we have waiting 12 hours again, right? And then here we have a follow-up email, and this is the last email that we're gonna send them. So we have don't miss out on 15% off. Obviously here, you guys can edit this email. And then this one right here, I think maybe you guys should offer them a discount, right? So here's 15% off. So at the very end, we'll just send them both 15%. You know, why not? You know, it can only help us, you know, at this point, right? And then here, you'll go ahead and edit this email, insert your coupon code, and you'll be all set. So really quick, I'll just go ahead and open this email. All right, so this is gonna be like the very last email for them, right? So here, click on Finish Editing. And that is pretty much it, guys. So now we have a fully automated checkout email sent out for your customers. Now, obviously, you guys do want to go to these emails and you guys do want to customize them. Obviously, this will take some time, right? And I'm not going to do it in this video because I've already shown you guys how to do that. But once you guys edit these emails, everything will be fully automated for people who abandon your checkouts. So let's go ahead now and click on Start Workflow. So congratulations, party people. You guys now have a fully automated email marketing platform. Now, really quick, I just want to give you guys some more information before we let you guys go. You guys can always upgrade your plans right here if you guys do want to upgrade. I do recommend it, guys. This is an amazing email platform. It can make you a lot of money. So I do recommend to upgrade. If they give me a coupon code, I'll, give you guys that in the description. But for now, I don't think I have one. So when I get one, I'll let you guys know. Also, they do have applications as well. So if you guys do want to go ahead and use these applications, they have tons and tons of integrations right here. They have them for, Google ads, Facebook ads, and all these other various platforms that you guys can use to integrate on your websites. And let's go ahead and go back here. And they also have a help center and also a OmniSend Academy. So if you guys do need more help and if there are things that I missed, you guys can always check out their academy for more information. I hope this video helped you guys out. My name is Daryl Wilson. Congratulations, and thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it. Okay, now for those of you who want to run SMS notification campaigns, let me walk you all through how to set that up. So the first thing that we're gonna do is over here, I'll click on Store Settings, and we first need to generate a phone number. So right here under the SMS, you'll see that you first need to generate a phone number. So OmniSend will generate a phone number for you. Once you do that, you'll need to click on Verify Number. Now it's gonna generate a random number, but you need to actually put your number here so that it can route the number properly. So for the phone number right here, I'm first going to put in my country code, and then I'll enter in my phone number. Okay, and the next thing it's gonna ask you for proof of consent. So you can use any one of these screenshots. I personally think the easiest one to use is the store checkout page. So over here on my e-commerce website, you'll see that we have a section where users can actually go ahead and put in their information. So right here, you'll see that they can enter in their phone number, right? So we do have this available on our form. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'll go ahead and screenshot this whole thing, capture full image. Okay, so I entered in that image right there, and then I'll click on Submit for verification. Okay, so once you do that, OmniSend is going to verify this, and once this is done, we can then send out SMS notifications. Now, I'm not gonna wait for them, obviously, because this is a tutorial, so once you do get approved, I will show you how to send them out. So up here under Campaigns, we'll go ahead and create a campaign. And here we have email, we have A/B split testing, and then we have SMS right here. Now, we also have push notifications, but I do believe WordPress has much better push notification apps than OmniSend, to be honest. I'm just gonna be blunt, right? We love you, OmniSend, but I do think there are better alternatives. But right here, I'll click on Create SMS. And here we're first gonna put our campaign name. So this is gonna be Templates. The sender name is Daryl. You need to make it very brief, right? If you have a very long name, it's just going to deny it, right? And for the text message, I'm gonna put, hey, And here we can also like throw in little emojis, right? I'll throw in little, where's the winky sign? Here we go. We got the winky sign. There we go. You can also use a variety of, information right here, like the email, the name, and all this is being pulled from these settings. So this is like the states, unsubscribe link, and then here you have the account and so on and so forth. You can also put the website URL, you can put the date and time and all these other short codes right here. But I think that suffices right there. Now here we can also put in an image. So right here, I'll select a file. And I do like this one here. So I'm gonna select this one here. This gives them a nice little preview of the SMS notification right there. So we'll go ahead and scroll down. I'm gonna leave this reply stop to opt out. I don't want to piss off my subscribers, so I'm gonna give them the option to opt out, right? Okay, and once you actually create your message, you'll then click on next step. And I'm gonna send this to all subscribers. Now, remember earlier in the video, we created segments. This is a great way on how you can also categorize specific SMS subscribers. Maybe you wanna create a list that is only regarding like SMS users or something like that. Or if you want to send out like a really big discount for your audience for the inactive content, you can use SMS notifications if you wanna go that route. But I'll go ahead and select all subscribers, click on next step. They're going to calculate the price of my campaign. So this is about 4 cents. Here, click on review campaign. And on the next page, you'll see the sender name. You'll see the subscribers on who it's being sent to, the price estimation, and then we can send it now, or we can also schedule it for later. So you'll see we can schedule this on a specific date. Now, once you do verify your phone number, when you click on schedule campaign, it'll then send out SMS notifications to those specific subscribers on your segments list. So that is how you can create SMS notification campaigns. If you do have any questions about this, let me know in the comments below. The only drawback about SMS campaigns is that you have to pay for them every single time. But for emails, they're free, but it just depends on how aggressive you want to get when it comes to marketing. Okay, party people, in this part of the video, I'll introduce you all to some really helpful AI prompts that you can use to help AI write campaigns for your subscribers. Even myself, I do use AI, and when writing email campaigns, sometimes I was very conflicted. Sometimes I felt like I shouldn't use specific words or what converts better. And AI really does help you get inspiration on these campaigns. I wouldn't write it verbatim. I wouldn't take exactly what they say, but I would, use it as a template and then kind of switch around stuff to fit my narrative, right? So in this part of the video, I'll introduce you all to some really cool prompts that you can use to create really nice email marketing campaigns. Now, here is my OmniSend dashboard. So here is a list of email prompts. Now, I've actually created several categories for you depending on what you want to send. So here we have welcome users. So you can use this if you want to create a series of welcome emails for your customers. We also have subject headlines. Sometimes if you don't know what to say in the headline, it's good to get ideas and inspiration because that actually will determine the click-through rate for your email. Here we have email body. So this is essentially what should you say in the specific email. We also have general content. I like general content because sometimes you don't always want to market to people all the time. You don't always want to sell. Sometimes you can give them a nice story about, maybe you saved a dog or a cat walking the street or how you built your business. People are interested in these kind of things and they do want to know more about you. We also have inactive subscribers. So for people who are really not engaging with my list, I want to create some really compelling offers to win them back, to really try to make them to convert, to buy something. And then we have e-commerce emails, we have abandoned cart emails, and we have post-purchase emails for people who have already bought something. So for example, you guys can access this Evernote right here. I will leave a link in the description to this Evernote. And let's first go ahead and copy this one right here. So let's first copy this welcome users, and I'm gonna go over here to ChatGPT. And right here, I'll go ahead and paste this in, and I'll put my website now. So I'll put darylwilson.com. And what it's gonna do here, it's gonna create a 3-series welcome email, and this is perfect for email automation. So here we have a list of 3 different emails, and I can use this now for my email automation. So now that we know how to use campaigns and email automations, now this makes a lot more sense, right? So the first one is welcome to darylwilson.com, and welcome aboard, welcome to Daryl Wilson, we're thrilled to have you. And here they've even put a link. Maybe we can have like a link to our website or an ebook or something like that. And here is the second email. And this is saying like, hey man, I hope you're getting settled in. I hope you're cool. And here is another link or a blog post or something like that. And then here is the last one. And this is basically now going to offer an exclusive discount for being a subscriber, right? Or being a member, right? So what you can do here is you can go ahead and take these and then you can apply these for your email automation campaigns. So going back over here, let's go ahead and go to automation. And now click on create a workflow. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll scroll down and here we have the welcome 3 times. So I'll click on customize workflow. And then all I need to do here is just copy and paste what ChatGPT has pretty much given to us. So here we have the first one, right? And what I'll do over here is I'll go ahead and edit this right here. So I'll edit the contents. And here is the email that I created previously. But what I want to do now is I want to paste this in, right? So now we actually have this right here, right? And I'll go ahead and put space. And as you can see, we can now add in links right here. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to, I don't know, maybe my website or something like that. So here's like a list of my blog posts. And what I'll just do is I'll just go ahead and just, and I'll go back here and I will go ahead and paste this in, right? Like that. Here's a special gift, right? Okay. And I'll go ahead and space this out. People don't like cluttered emails, right? So I'll go ahead and just leave it like that. What I'll do right here is I'll go ahead and backspace this right here. And I do want to enter in another short code. And I'm going to enter in the short code. So accounts.name. Okay. And there we go. So this is going to display their name. So they're going to see, hey, John here, welcome to our community. We're going to go ahead and kick things off. And, we can go ahead now and change this if you want to go ahead and adjust that. But I'll go ahead now and click on finish editing. So this was the first one that we changed. Now we can go to the second one right here and do the same thing. So I'll go back here and I'll go ahead and edit contents. And I will go back to ChatGPT. And then here we can now take the second one and then we can now use this one right here. So I'll go ahead and copy this. And I'll click on finish editing. And then obviously you do the same thing for the third one right here. So you'll go back to ChatGPT. And lastly, we'll go ahead and copy in this one here. So we have the first one, we have the second one, and then we have the third one. And then I'll obviously go ahead and edit this content. And with the power of video editing, you'll now see that we have quickly created this third one right here. So that's what I personally recommend. I do recommend to use these prompts. So that's an example of how you can use ChatGPT. Now let's go ahead and do subject headlines. So I want to actually use this one right here. So let's say, for instance, you need help with headlines. And headlines actually are very important when it comes to emails. So over here, I'll go ahead and paste this in. And for the campaign name, I'm going to put, let's see, Elementor templates. Okay, and let's see what it creates for us. Transform your website with our new Elementor templates. Discover stunning Elementor templates just for you. Elevate your game. Also notice how I wanted them to include emojis right here. So they did use emojis. I find that emojis actually have a higher click-through rate than email headlines without them. But if you don't want to use that one, you'll go back over here and you can use this one right here as well. So this is the same thing, right? Except right here, I'll go ahead and put Elementor templates right here as well. Essentially, this when I put in Elementor templates, this is the keyword that I want shown in the actual headline. So you'll see that we have unlock your perfect Elementor templates. We can choose to put their subscriber name as well. So yeah, but they give us a list right here. So for example, if you want to go ahead and use one of these, all you got to do is just go ahead and copy this and then just go paste it back on over to your campaign right here. So for the subject line, you can put, you can add that there. But obviously, I'm just saying that you can use this as resources to help you get inspiration for some headlines. You can also go ahead and use this for an email body. So I'll go ahead and copy one of these prompts right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this prompt, right? So create an email copy and subject line introducing a story about how our clients, how Daryl Wilson got started, and how if you follow his WordPress tutorials, you can triple your revenue overnight. I mean, look at this. How Daryl Wilson turned his passion into profit, triple your revenue in 30 days. And then you'll see it creates a really nice story right here that you can go ahead and add this to one of your campaigns. In fact, I like the subject line here. They even threw in the emoji for us. How cool is that, right? So obviously this would be something for, you know, like general content. So going over here, you probably wouldn't use this for like your workflows. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I would say this probably goes in the campaign section. So over here under campaigns, I'll click on create campaign, create an email. And then you'll see the subject headline. So first I'll go ahead and copy this one right here, right? Let's see if we get the emoji. Well, like, we get the emoji in there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's the emoji. How about that? Pre-header. So triple your revenue in 30 days with this trick. With this trick. When people say click on this and that, it's like almost like baiting them to click on it. It's like you have to know what it is. You know, it's wild. So campaign name, I'll put Daryl Wilson email. Okay. And then I'll choose an email templates. All right, but I'll just use one of my saved templates right here. So I'll just use this one right here, use the template. And just like that, we now have a really cool looking email. So how did Daryl get started? We have the subscriber name, and then we have a whole story. The only thing this is missing that I do recommend to add, we need an image, you know? I hate looking at an email with just all text, you know, it's like, it's too much text, you know? So I think adding an image, and then here we go. So now we have, how did Daryl get started? We got a cute little image of me, right? Or a little image of people partying, and then we have this story right here. So definitely check out ChatGPT. I do recommend to practice with these email prompts. So I have created a huge list for you all. So you can use each and every one of these. So here we have the email body where you can use specific ones. I'll go ahead and space these out so they're easier to read. So feel free to go ahead and check all these out. I do recommend to use ChatGPT for emails. I think it is one of the more simpler ways to write emails. I personally am not a big fan of AI. Like for a lot of the time when I use AI, I feel like it produces very like adequate results. But specifically for email campaigns, I would say that it actually is pretty helpful in a lot of cases. And feel free to add more to these prompts. Now, these prompts are just a starting point, so you can add more to these prompts and make it more accurate and more aggressive if you want to go that route. But generally, I think these email prompts that I've shown you all right here, this is a great starting point for people who are sending out email campaigns for their customers. All right, party people, thank you guys so much for watching this OmniSend tutorial. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I personally think OmniSend makes it super easy to automate all the emails. I have tried other platforms and I felt like the email automations with those were just extremely confusing and I just couldn't really get it right. But OmniSend, as you guys can tell, it's really simple to use. And after probably just like, you know, an hour or two, you guys will be like OmniSend pros, right? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like this video. I did spend a long time making it, right? And I will see all of you party people in the next video, guys. Take care.